Next up, Robert, trailer reaction video for Friday the 13th Part 5.
No.
Nobody's asked for this, but we're doing it.
Has anybody?
Do you remember the trailer for Friday the 13th?
I vividly remember the TV commercial because...
You vividly remember it?
Oh, yeah, because I could not wait. Because I was, it came out the day before my 15th birthday, and so it was less than a year after Friday the 13th, the final chapter, and like I said, I was dumb enough to think that was the last one. I couldn't believe they were making another one. Who knows what was going to happen? And
yeah, right.
Well, let me see what the trailer is, and I'll see if this is it has the version or has pieces of what I thought.
Okay, all right. I wasn't sure if this was something that was in your mind. So let's watch Friday the 13th, Part 5, the trailer.
If the memory of Jason still haunts you, you're not alone. Friday the 13th, Part 5, A New Beginning.
Severe trauma at age 12. Brutal self-defense, murder of a psychopathic killer. Boy, they've given him every therapy they can think of. Just wonder his mind isn't fried with all the drugs they've given him.
The mindless, murderous fury that was buried with Jason has been reborn.
Pete!
And suddenly, terror has become child's play. Friday the 13th, Part 5, A New Beginning.
I like it.
Yeah, they make it look really good. I mean, it's a...
They do make it look good. I want to watch it now.
Yeah, you're like, hey, that is a good movie.
You know what? I was wrong forever doubting it. Robert, was the chainsaw in there a nod to Chainsaw Massacre? Like, we're going to beat you. Jason can beat the chainsaw. Like Leatherface?
I think it was more actually a nod to Slumber Party Massacre. So if you remember the movie, it kind of turns off at one point, and I was just like, like in the theater, just like, oof.
That's
now
what it is.
And Slumber Party Massacre, more or less, it's a laugh out loud moment because it's connected to the electrical outlet, and boom, it's not long enough.
That's totally what it is. Good point.
Yeah,
that's one of the better trailers, though. I remember in my mind from Friday the 13th.
So obviously the TV commercial was like a 30-second version of that. So there wasn't. You didn't see Corey Feldman in the trailer for sure because that was kind of a shock to me in the theater, which I will tell you about. So there's pieces of that, but it definitely ended the same way where, the barn or whatever, and it says Friday 13th Part 5, A New Beginning, and it crawls. This is why I remember it, because it is a good shot of the camera beginning to go over the edge of the barn, and then the Jason leaps out. So I remember I was like at the edge of the huge 25-inch TV watching this, and I remember jumping back because when Jason popped out. Yeah. So
I do have the trailer, the TV trailer too. I was going to play, but if you don't want to go down that road,
but yeah. So that's the TV trailer is probably the one I remember the most. But you don't have to replay it for the listeners here. But
you remember it vividly.
Yeah, because I would have to. So
it'll scare you again today, is what you're trying to say.
Yeah. So kids have to remember. I used to have to stay up because what would happen is like 8 days before they would start running commercials, and I'd have to stay up all night watching, what was it, Friday Night Up All Night and stuff like that, where they do videos, whatever. And I have to watch because they would show all these horror movies trailers in between, and I have to like.
Oh yeah,
So,
yeah.
and I still have some of these VHS tapes. Uh,
You know, remembering those days reminds me of MTV, where there was that like one song that if it wasn't like super popular, they would play it, but you wouldn't know when. So you'd kind of have to watch like a summer day, like all day, ready to record, and then there's that one like countdown, like top 50 songs of the year, and you're like, it's going to be on here. And
Yeah.
there was no YouTube, no TiVo, nothing.
Yep.
You were at the mercy of the programming, and it kind of reminds me of that, where you're like, we're in for the long haul.
Yep. So I think I still have some of those tapes. I could dig them out because, yeah, I had to record. I remember, especially parts 5, 6, and 7, because they had a couple of variations, and I'd be watching them and kind of analyzing them. But
Yeah, you dig through them. But
yeah,
the trailer Friday 13.5 is overall not bad, right?
no, it seems like a good film.